Hey guys, welcome back to my channel. So today's video is going to be all over the new Wet n Wild Flights of Fancy collection. I believe this whole collection is limited edition. It's currently being sold on their website, and I actually found mine in stores at Walgreens. They had like the whole display of everything up. So I grabbed what I was interested in and bolted, because normally when it comes to these collections like this, Walgreens and places that get them literally get like 2 pieces of every item. Like there's 2 blushes, 2 brushes, 2 of the primer sprays, 2 things of every eyeshadow palette. So it's very hit and miss when you find it, and when I saw this I was like, I need all of it, because I knew I wanted to film a video over it, and I really love when Wet n Wild releases anything new. Like I did say, I have lots of stuff. I have 2 of the eyeshadow palettes. I don't know if we're going to use like one on one eye, one on the other, or if we're just going to use both of them. I also have their new blush brush, which is stunning. I debated whether or not getting this, but I was just like, you know what, let's just go and get it. I also have the new Wet n Wild Photo Focus Primer Water Spray, which I'm very excited about. The lip scrub, their Perfect Palette Lip Scrub, which I actually used last night and was pretty surprised with. The Color Icon lip gloss. This is in the shade Featherless. It was more their nudie pink shade. And then I got 2 of the blushes that looked more suitable for my skin tone. I have Don't Flutter Yourself, which is kind of a light pink, and then Hummingbird Hype, which is more of like a nude. So we're going to be using everything as much as I can today on my face. So if you want to see these products in action and see my thoughts on them, then please keep on watching. Okay, so first thing we're going to be doing is the eyes. I already have my brows done and my eyes primed. I just use my Milani eyeshadow primer and then the Rimmel Stay Matte powder. It's normally what I will always use. So I have 2 of the palettes. I have the Flock Party one, which is a kind of really pretty gold berry one. And then I have the Hasta La Costa baby. I don't know if I said that right, but this one has like blues and purples. The look, I don't know if it's going to be up before or after this, that I used with the ColourPop and a Shayla palette, and I used like blues in there. So I don't know if I want to do something blue again or if I want to do something pink. When it comes to these Wet n Wild eyeshadow things, I hate opening these for starters. I feel like they're kind of a pain, but Wet n Wild normally doesn't let me down. Like I really like the like when they redid the Comfort Zone palette and stuff like that. I thought that was really cool, and I like a lot of these palettes, so I do have high hopes for these. So this right here is what both palettes look like right next to each other. As you can tell, the transition shades are very similar, and they kind of just have different vibes going on, with the purples and the blues, and then you have like the more berry tones with the gold. That's why I picked these. I feel like they were just very different apart from each other. So I think what I'm actually going to do first, I don't know what I want to do yet. I'm just going to take a fluffy brush with the transition shade in this palette and buff that into my crease. There is a little kick up in the pan. The color so far on my eyes looks nice. It's definitely the color that is in the pan. It's kind of like that orange creamsicle shade, which is nice. And then I can go with the other transition shade to just kind of deepen everything up. So the thing that inspired me the most with like what I want to do with these eyeshadow looks would have to be Juicy Jazz. She's also another YouTuber here, and the look she created using these palettes is absolutely beautiful. And that's kind of where I got the idea, maybe like doing one palette on one eye, one palette on the other. This is what it looks like right here. It's kind of hard to tell, but as you can see, one eye has the blues and then one eye does have like the peachy pinks. I just think what she did was really cool and different. Like, I don't know, it kind of looks really cool. So I think I kind of want to do that. I don't know, I think it'd be cool to just use both palettes but in a different way. So I did apply that transition shade to both eyes, and there definitely is some kick up in the pan. It's not too bad, but there is some. But I am going to take the other transition shade in the blue palette and apply this into the crease, and then we're going to go in and do things differently to both eyes. This one definitely has some kick up also. They're very soft shadows. So both of those transition shades blended together. I actually like them. You can't really tell the shades on camera, like it's kind of getting washed out, but they look really good in person. They blended really well together also. So I think I'm actually going to put the purple shade on the whole eyelid. That sounds absolutely crazy, but I think that's what I'm going to do. My brush is not wet or anything. I want to see what the shadow looks like without any help, and it looks like we may need a little bit of help. I'm not sure. So let's just see. Yeah, I think it's gonna be better off if we get it wet because right now you can't really see it. I'm just gonna use some of my Fix Plus. So that's definitely a little better. I just feel like it's not that like pigmented. But these palettes are only like, I think $3 a piece, so. The purple definitely looks good on the eye though. It is pigmented, but I just feel like it's not like that nice like wha-bam amount of pigment. And I think also what I'm going to do is maybe apply the blue on this side. And then we can also take the blue and kind of buff it on our lower lash line a little bit. Oh, wow. Okay. This blue is very, very pretty. It almost reminds me of like a seafoam color. I'm just going to go back in with the transition shade in this blue palette and kind of blend everything out. I may have to dip in for a darker shade because using these lighter shades aren't really going to do much. I'm actually just going to take another Wet n Wild palette. This is the Rosé in the Air one. It has a couple deeper shades that I think are going to help a lot more. I'm going to take this shade right here and then start to focus out on the outside and into the crease just to blend everything out. That's the only thing that does suck about these quads is there's not a darker shade in there to blend everything together, or if you wanted a little more dimension, you would have to pull in another palette. But I think the colors in these little quads are nice. That's just the only downfall. And it looks like they are blending away a little bit, so we will have to build it back up. So just going back in with the purple and blue shade again to deepen everything up. So as I'm building these colors up, I'm definitely noticing some fallout from the colors. So I would keep that in mind and make sure you do your eyeshadow before your foundation. But I'm gonna start with this eye and move on to the other eye. So I'm gonna take that same darker shade in the other Wet n Wild palette and go ahead and apply this into the crease for this eye. And we're gonna do the same exact technique. I just wasn't able to apply this crease shade on this eye because I already did apply the purple, so it made it a little bit harder. So on this eye, I'm going to start with that really pretty pink shade. Ew. Okay, well that doesn't have very much pigment to it. And I did wet my brush with Fix Plus. I think you kind of need to maybe scrape off the top a little bit or something. Oh, there we go. Oh, that's pretty. Very vibrant. I just think you kind of have to get through that first layer maybe. The pink color is pretty. I'm just having to really work with it. Like I've literally scraped off all the wording on the color because I'm really having to press my brush in there. And I'm using a MAC 242. I use this brush with everything, so it's definitely not the brush. So the pink shade's pretty. I definitely think it just needs to be built up a little bit more, maybe like scrape through that first layer. And then to put on the opposite end, I think I'm gonna take the gold shade. Oh, wow, that's pretty. This is definitely different than what I normally do. I never do two colored eyes. So, I mean, oh well, this is pretty cool though. This gold is really pretty once you build it up though. That is a very intense gold, and right next to that pink it looks so good. So I'm just going to blend out the crease a tad bit more. And that is what we're working with the eyes. I definitely want to do some more color on the lower lash line, but this is so different for me to have two different colored eyes. So we do have this primer spray I want to try out real quick on camera, and then I'll go off camera and finish up the rest of my face makeup, everything like that. And then we'll come back to do the blushes, gloss, and finish up the lower lash line. But when I saw this primer spray, I was pretty excited about it. I do have oily skin, so I am a little cautious when it comes to this because it is, I believe it does have coconut in it. So I know that's going to be super duper hydrating, so I'm hoping it's not like to the point to where it makes me oily. The packaging is really nice. You get 1.69 fluid ounces of this. I've never sprayed it, so. Ooh. The smell's a little weird. It doesn't smell like coconuts. It kind of chemically maybe. I don't know. It doesn't smell like coconuts, but it doesn't, the smell's a little off, but the spritzer is very nice. It almost lets out like a fine mist. So I'm just going to spray my face with this. Yeah, I don't really like the smell. It's a little bit like maybe alcohol-y, maybe that's what I'm thinking of. But the spritzer on this is very nice. Like, it's a very thin mist. It reminds me a lot of that Morphe mist where you can just like hold the sprayer down and just sprays it out. That's what it reminds me of. So it's a really, really nice mist though. But I'm not too crazy about the smell. It is a little bit sticky on the skin. It was hydrating though. Like, it seemed to have sunken in pretty quickly. So I definitely like that. But I'm not crazy about the smell, but I do like that it left a little bit of a tackiness to it. So I'm going to finish up the rest of my face makeup and everything like that, and then we'll come back to use the rest of the products. Okay, so now that I don't look so creepy, I have the rest of my face makeup on. I hate looking at myself in my viewfinder when I literally just have eyeshadow on because I think I look like a pale zombie. I try to literally use everything Wet n Wild except mascaras. I really, really enjoy this. It actually made my face quite tacky to apply foundation. The foundation I did use was the Wet n Wild Mega Cushion foundation. I really, really enjoy this stuff. It gives me the nice coverage that I like, but it's very natural. And I also used their concealer. I have a love-hate relationship with this because I feel like this concealer, it takes a lot of like back in and out to get the amount of product out I want. So that's kind of the thing that sucks. I love this powder so much. And another thing I'm really torn on are the Wet n Wild Mega Glow Hello Halo drops. I have these in the shade Gilded Glow, and I don't know how I feel about these. I have them on right now and they're really, really pretty, but you can see where I applied them. They don't blend out very well is the problem I'm having. I really had to spend time to blend them out, and they feel kind of like cakey when you touch anywhere right here. So I don't really know how I feel about these. They're really, really pretty, but they just suck at blending out. That's like the only thing. And then mascara, if you are wondering, I use a mix of the Essence Lash of the Day Super Volume Mascara and the Rebel Scandalize. Really like these two. I really like pairing this mascara with other ones. It looks really nice. I didn't want to do falsies, but I felt like I've done falsies a lot. But we are going to finish up the lower lash line. So doing the blue purple eye first, I really don't know what I want to put on the lower lash line of this one. I think I kind of want to drag and mix the blue and purple together. So I'm going to take like a really, really, really defined brush, and I'm a little bit of the blue first, right onto the lower half right here. And then going in with a little bit of the purple. And then I'm going to take a little bit of the transition shade from that palette on a more fluffy brush and blend those out. So that's definitely cool. It's different. I've never done that before. And then I'm going to basically do the same thing, I think, on this other eye also. Just so they're like, my eyes are different colors, but they at least kind of look the same. So I'm going to go in with a little bit of the gold on that pencil brush. But these are the eyes. I think this is so freaking cool how they're different colors. Like, obviously I would never wear this out just because it's a little much for me, but this is why I like makeup. This is just so cool right here. And the fact that these palettes are $3 and you can get such cool, colorful looks for $3 is just amazing to me, because I'm the type of person that I love playing with color, don't get me wrong, but just not very wearable if it's something like this. So the fact that I can spend a very little amount of money and get really, really pretty colors are nice to me. So moving on to the rest of the face, we have the blushes next. I have the brush. This brush is around $7 or $8. I thought it was a little steep, but then again, I remembered how much I loved their like rose gold brushes. I love those so much. So I was like, you know what, it's fine, we'll go ahead and get it. They have this named a blush brush, and the one thing I did notice a lot about this brush is that it is very pinched in right here. So I think this would actually be very nice for contouring. That is probably what I'll end up using it for. It's the P72. I guess they put the number on this one. I think it's going to be nice for contouring, but I will use it for blush today because I do have these new bad boys. So I think what I'm going to do is probably just mix these two together. Definitely not going to lie, when I first saw these on Instagram, like when the collection first got dropped, I saw these blushes and I was like, there is no way, because they're so shimmery looking on the pictures, but in person they kind of look like they just have a really nice sheen to them. So I don't know. I'm gonna swatch them really quick though. They're really cute because they have like a little hummingbird on them. Yeah, they're not glittery, they're just a really pretty sheen to them. That is actually what they look like right there. Mind that tan line, I had a wristband on this weekend. So that is what they look like. They're actually really pretty. Like I said, I was really worried about glitter, but there's no glitter in these, so I don't really know what shade I'm gonna use. So I think that's why I want to apply one then apply the other. So I'm gonna take one side of this and dip into Hummingbird Hype. So they definitely add glow to your cheeks, that's for sure. They definitely also emphasize texture if you have any texture, but that glow right there, that is all from a blush. So it's a little much. I'm definitely have to go in with a duo fiber because that's a little much for me. I'm not too big on super duper glowy blushes, but this brush is very soft. And then I'm gonna do the same thing onto the other cheek. They're pretty, it's just there's just a lot of sheen to them, so I think that's kind of what's catching me off guard. And then I'm going to pick up a tad bit of the pink. So that pink definitely added a little bit of color back. I think I like the Hummingbird Hype one a little bit more just because it's a little more of a nude versus such a bright pink, but I'm not crazy about the sheen. I think the sheen is a little much. Honestly, I think the pink blush and the Don't Flatter Yourself is going to be a really pretty eyeshadow, but they're pretty blushes. I think the sheen is just what threw me off. This brush is nice. The only thing I have to say is the shape. I feel like the shape is only going to be good for contouring for me. I don't like it for blush because it's very stiff and I'm not one to like pat blush on like that. I like to kind of like swirl it around. So I kind of only think the use of this brush for me is going to be contouring, which kind of sucks, but it's fine. And then like I did say in the beginning, I used a lip scrub last night and it was actually pretty nice. I just feel like you don't get a lot of product in here, which sucks because it is limited edition. They have like an orange flavor and then this one is the watermelon flavor. And it's a good lip scrub, don't get me wrong. I actually liked it and then I moisturized a lot last night, so they made my lips very soft. I just feel like you don't get a lot of product in here. That's the only thing I don't like. And the last thing we have right here is the lip gloss. It's in the shade Featherless. It's like a peachy nude shade. Very like moisturizing though, but this one's definitely not like too pigmented. Definitely like an easy everyday gloss. But I feel like this color, since it is a little bit lighter, it pairs perfectly because these eyes are so extreme. So that is everything for this video. A little bit of a little product roundup. I have to say I really like these eyeshadow quads. I think the colors in them are pretty good. Besides that pink, that was a little bit iffy for me. But I think if you want to play with color but you don't want to break the bank, these are going to be good. The gloss is nice. It's not sticky. It's very comfortable on the lips and it kind of feels a little bit hydrating. I think this color is going to be good for an everyday use because I've been getting more glosses recently, like I always say. So this color is nice on the lips and I think it goes well with the eyes since the eyes are very like extreme today. As far as the brush goes, I don't think the brush is necessary, honestly. It's a good brush. I like wet and mild brushes, but I think the shape of it kind of throws it off. So I definitely don't think you absolutely need this, but I do enjoy this primer water, I have to say. It is very hydrating to the skin, and the fact that it made my skin a little bit tacky also made the foundation grip on a little bit better. So I do like this. So hopefully they keep the primer spray like their normal collection. I would hate for the primer spray to be the limited edition thing and then it all goes away. The lip scrub is nice if you're looking for a cheap good lip scrub. This one is nice. As far as the blushes, I'm not too crazy about these, honestly. They're just a little sheen I just don't like the sheen so much. If I had to pick one, it would definitely pick the Hummingbird Hype. I think that is a better one out of the three. They have a deeper one than this, but the deeper one would not suit my skin tone. It was kind of like the shade of the pink we applied. They're okay. If you like a sheeny blush, you're going to love these. There's absolutely no glitter in these. It's just a really, really pretty sheen. I'm just not one for a sheen, so I think now trying these out, I would have definitely passed on them. If you need anything out of this, I definitely suggest like these things right here. The palette, the little quads, the spray, and the gloss are really nice. So I hope you guys did enjoy today's video. I will link all the products on Wet n Wild's website down below. That way, if you're interested in anything, definitely go check it out. Like I said, check Walgreens. Walgreens normally has stuff over CVS, and if you're in Texas, HEB actually does have them also, which is surprising, so really go check there. Thank you guys so much for watching. Please subscribe, and I'll see you guys later. Bye, y'all.